Hey, World, being willing to come back live with a video, I'm going to chill for a minute. I want to make sure that we get the family in the garden. Haven't been in the garden in a minute, but I wanted to come in tonight to give some information on a couple of things. So I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes here, family, so we can uh, get people here in the garden. It's a beautiful night. I really appreciate everybody that DG, what it do? Really appreciate all my family members in the garden. I ain't been in the garden in a while, but I've been dropping some videos, and it's kind of like things that are going on right now. I kind of want to kind of get in so we can talk about these things because see, so many times I'm telling you right now, if you don't understand, and I said this for a minute, K. Waller Pill, what it do? I said this for a minute, and family, I've been in the garden. I'm just saying it's going to happen. Pay yourself first, and let's get ready to get and stack these chips because remember, the small group of people that is over this system because it's a system. You did? DG, I'm just putting it in, man. Good to see you again, man. Small group of people that's over this system is basically the ones that continue to be wealthy, crash after crash after crash. What I want to do for my family is make sure that we have an opportunity to take advantage of this situation. Remember, it's happened in 1987, happened in 99, 2000, happened in 2008, and we wait on this next one. And so I was trying to find out, and I was really wondering what was going to precipitate something that's going to happen. And like it's been all these years, some type of virus. You did. I mean, let's do a little history because I want to make sure everybody understands because this isn't an anomaly. This isn't something that hasn't happened decade after decade after decade. It's just that we just don't know about it. We get caught in the shuffle and not take advantage of certain situations. Because think about this. If from a real estate standpoint, right? Daughter of the Most High, what it do? What it do? Man, KY, you know what? They shut me down, man. And I had a lot of family members saying, man, Bean, I'm not getting your videos. I'm not getting a notification. But you know what? We're not going to trip. We're going to kind of keep this thing going. You dig? We're going to keep this thing going because I promise you, those that have been in the garden for a minute, there's going to be some great things that's going to happen. And unfortunately, those great things that's going to happen, a lot of people that's not conscious, they're going to suffer the same way that those suffered in 2008, 99, 2000, and 1987. Because it's really a racket, family. I mean, if I'm going to keep it 1,000, think about this. Coronavirus is what's precipitating this economic recession. A virus that we know is only the flu. A virus that I think has killed maybe 3 or 4 people in the United States. And I think around the world, maybe 7,000 or something like that. The flu in the United States had already killed almost 5,000 people, family. Un momento, por favor. Sorry about that, family. So my whole point is this. Stack your chips, okay? Make sure that you're paying yourself first and get ready to have many opportunities to invest. Now, if you look at the title was, how do you start investing? I had a couple of family members ask me, how do you start investing? Now, what I will say is this. The first thing you want to do before you even start getting into this investment game, for entertainment purposes only, is to establish yourself what they call a pay yourself first fund. A lot of people call them emergency funds, But I don't like to call it emergency fund because, see, that money that you pay yourself first for is the money that you're going to use to make money. Emergency fund money is for emergencies. So I really do encourage those to actually have two of those, and it's beneficial. You did. I mean, these bills not going anywhere. And so the first thing you want to probably end up doing, family, is make sure that, and we all got bills, but start now. 5%, 10%, 15%, or whatever it is that you can put in your pay yourself first account. That need to go there before you even see your check. You need to have that, like, do an automatic transfer to a different account, preferably an online savings account that's giving you over 2% or more. Now, right now, the Federal Reserve has really limited or actually decreased the interest rates that banks can give or offer you for your savings account. And so what that means is this: if your money is in Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all these banks like that, you're losing cash. And so look at Ally, do your research, look at certain accounts for these. And so many times we kind of get like when you think about tennis shoes, you don't always have to have Nikes. I mean, there are other shoes out there that are better, that will give you more benefits in the long run. And I say that to say this: Ally, BNF, other banks that are going to give you, Fidelity, other institutions, please don't just put your money in these commercial banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, a lot of credit unions, because they're not giving you anything on your savings account. You did. If you have some cash that you're not going to use, in 3 weeks or 6 weeks or 3 months, 6 months, or a year, put that in U.S. Treasuries, because the government, mind you, you're not getting 2% right now because the Federal Reserve have pretty much squeezed interest rates, but you're getting more than 50 cents on a dollar, a cent on a dollar, 3 cents on a dollar, because that's what these commercial banks are giving you for your savings account. So you'd be better off if you have a piece of change and you're not going to use it anytime soon. You need to put that in treasuries. They have U.S. Treasury bills, U.S. Treasury notes, U.S. Treasury bonds. And the bonds are 2-year, 5-year, and 10 years. And I'm only saying that because why put it in the bank when you only get cents on a dollar? Okay? And if you are in a situation, family, where you can, you have a little cash and you want to start investing, I only recommend dividend stocks, real estate, something that's going to pay you. If you just invested in companies that you have no clue about, that's not a good thing. Right now, the government has spent, if you didn't get a chance to watch my video earlier, they spent $8.5 billion to try to combat the coronavirus, which we already know is a scam. How the hell are you talking about combating a coronavirus when you have thousands of people in the United States dying of the flu every day? So we know that this is a psyop, a scam. We know that's the case. Look at your Social Security, family. You're only getting 6.2% of every time you get paid a check. The government only takes 6.2% out of your check to go towards your retirement, to go towards your Social Security. And I promise you, on average, right now, Social Security is like $1,400 a month. Ask yourself, can you live off $1,400 a month? And imagine if you have medical problems. Okay? So right now, family, if you have the opportunity to start, saving your money, hold tight, because I promise you, you're going to put yourself in a good situation when this market crashes. And I'm just trying to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. The market dropped 10% already. If you had $1 million in the market, then now you only have $900,000. You understand what I'm saying? So it's going to continue to drop. And so what we want to do in the garden is we want to continue to stack your paper, pay yourself first, and get ready, because believe me, you stay in the garden, I'm always coming with this information to let you know exactly, what it's doing. And I encourage you to do your own due diligence, to check it out. Check it out. You don't have to check it out every day, but check out the market, weekly. Check it out. You go to Yahoo Finance, you go to Bloomberg, you go to Morningstar, you go to Zacks Investment. There are a lot of different platforms out there that you can kind of just go and find out what the market is doing. And if you want to start doing that, family, I encourage you to do it now, because you're not going to get rich from just working for somebody. Okay? K-Walla Pimp, they're using the virus as an excuse to kill the stock market. Remember, family, you remember Ebola? Remember West Nile virus? You remember SARS and MERS and the swine flu, bird flu, okay? All of these different things are just diversions, okay? They use the coronavirus right now. And I don't know if you got a chance to watch my last video about the coronavirus, but now, anytime someone drop a video about the coronavirus, they put some type of video on there from the World Health Organization to pretty much kind of, contradict what I'm saying. But it has to be true, family. I mean, $8.5 billion to fight the coronavirus, and none of that money is going toward, the public. It's all going toward research. So I'm telling you, pay yourself first. I would tell you right now that when the market does crash, and I'm only saying it's going to crash because real estate is going to be really, really profitable here in the next year or so when it crashes. So I don't know if you guys know anything about investing in real estate, but I would definitely get your IQ up on that, because only things that I'm pretty much preaching when it comes to investing: dividend stocks, real estate, things that's going to pay you money, not risky investments, not just, putting your money in the stock market and just hoping it rise. No, doing the research on those particular companies and having those companies pay you. Example, AT&T is a company that pays 55 cents a share, okay, in dividends. Well, if you got 10,000 shares of AT&T, you get paid $5,500 every 3 months. And if you have a couple other companies that pay you dividends and you got 10,000 shares, so this ain't something that, you have to be really, really rich to do. It's something that you can do what they call periodically. It's called dollar cost averaging, where you can do your research on a particular stock, a dividend stock, and then just every month, every 2 weeks, however much, whatever you can, invest in those particular companies. All you need is 3 or 4. You don't have to have a portfolio consisting of 30, 40 stocks. No, you need 3 or 4 good dividend stocks that's going to pay you for the rest of your life, and then they're going to take care of your kids, as well as real estate. All right? This book right here, family, okay, it's called The Dividend Growth Investment Strategy. I've shared this with the family in the past, but I want to just reshare it because I think it's important when you talk about, how is it that I can learn how to invest in dividend stocks, and how do I choose good dividend stocks? This particular book right here, family, kind of gives you that information. It shows you exactly, how to do the research on investing in particular companies that pay dividends. Right. And like I say, also too, when you do your research on certain sectors, like right now, family, we all know that we're going to have the largest demographic of senior citizens ever, which they call the baby boomers. Well, you know that with the baby boomers being one of the largest groups ever, they're going to require a lot of medical support. So pharmaceutical companies are going to be huge in the future, in the next 4 or 5 years. And I don't know if you guys got a chance, but I'm telling you guys about Novavax. The company, that symbol is NVAX. I mean, that company is going to be doing well. That company is actually is in the forefront for this coronavirus vaccine. You did? This company was at $44 a share last year. All right, so it's some research that comes into play, family, but it's also something that's pretty kind of common, and that's dividend stocks. Before you even start investing, family, pay yourself first. Build up your debt to income ratio. You want to have way more income than debt. And I'm not telling you pay pay down all your bills, because the bill's not going nowhere. I don't think it's kosher if you got $1,000 and you got all these bills. Why wouldn't you put yourself in a situation to make that $1,000 make money, opposed to just paying bills that's not going anywhere? No doubt. Daughter of the Most High, that's real. And that's how you know that the crash is going to happen, family. They shut down, flights to other countries. Imports and exports are going to be limited from certain countries. So what that means is that you as consumers are going to have to pay more. So why wouldn't you be paying yourself first and stacking your chips? Because guess what? The price of goods and services is going to go up because of this. Okay? And so don't put yourself in a situation where you're having to pay, or don't be scared. The coronavirus is a joke. I mean, it's just like the rest of it, just like the West Nile virus. It's just like SARS. It's just like MERS. Don't get caught up in the fear factor. That's what they want. Because see, when they put this fear in you, people going to just go out and start selling all their stocks. While the people in the garden, what we're going to do, we're going to sit tight and wait till that market crash. Because see, right now, it's still around 25,000 points, the Dow. Once it drops to 20,000, 19,000, there's going to be some great opportunities. And I'm only talking dividend stocks, family. Remember, I'm not talking about gambling. I'm talking about you investing your money in companies that's going to pay you for doing it. All right? Because even those that are with AT&T and all these dividend companies right now, even when the market crashes, guess what's going to happen? Those dividend checks still going to be coming in. All right? And so what you don't want to do is just have your money in companies that you hope are just going to rise so you can sell. No, because when it crashed, you lost your money. Only deal with dividend stocks, real estate, tangible assets that you know that can be liquid when you need it to be liquid, and that you know you're going to be getting your money. Scorpio Moon 18, he asked me about medical stocks. Of course. I piggyback that on the fact that we're going to have the largest senior citizen demographic ever, which are the baby boomers. So anything dealing with healthcare, anything dealing with pharmaceuticals, anything dealing with anything, with sanitation, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So like I said, this is not a situation where we have to do a lot of thinking, family. But it is a situation where you have to have a definite purpose and save that change. You cannot get into this game if you don't save your money, if you don't pay yourself first. The worst thing you can ever do is when this market crashes, you don't have your money. Okay? I don't anticipate anything happening drastically before the election. That's in November. So give yourself an opportunity. If you need to get an extra job, get you an extra job. Oh, my goodness gracious. My boy, Jay, what's up? George Bratcher, that's my number one running back in 2009. I used to call him Monster. What it do? What it do, George? Love you, boy. But like I say, save that money, all right? And like, so I'm going to be coming back with some videos. We got the background with the picture and those old man on there, but I'm going to put a whiteboard up there, family, and we're going to get into some real education on how to actually get into this game of investing. Like I said, for entertainment purposes only, but I promise you, it's time for us to benefit from this. Why should we be letting that small 20% own 80% of the wealth when we can get us some of that too? And we can get it just by being smart, Decrease your liabilities, buying cars and houses. If you want to know if what you have is a liability or an asset, ask yourself the question. With what you have right now, are you paying for it or is it paying you? Great thing, man. K Waller Pimp. I gotta reshot that one. Save your tax return, family. A lot of you guys get tax returns right there. That's gonna put you ahead of the game. No doubt. Scorpio moon, I just kind of got into it earlier about the high interest yield savings account. Get your money out of Wells Fargo and Chase and all these banks that are robbing you, because I promise you, look at the percentage what they're giving you. I think Chase is giving you 0.01%, which is a penny. I think Wells Fargo 0.03%, which is 3 cents. All right. Why would you put your money in a bank that's giving you 3 cents on a dollar or a penny on a dollar when inflation is almost 2%? That means the money that you have right now that's in that bank next year is going to be worth less. Every month, every year you keep your money in these accounts, you're losing money. And the high interest yield savings accounts, family, just type that in Google and you'll get a whole list of online banks. Because don't be afraid or don't be apprehensive. I don't want my money in an online bank. I don't know them. You don't know Chase. You don't know Wells Fargo. You did. And you know why you don't know them? Look how much they paying you. They not. So put your money in a high yield interest savings account that's going to at least keep your money safe. And then when you get it to a certain level, remember, family, once you get it to a certain amount, that's when you can start thinking about investing. I promise you, your first $500, you need to be educating yourself on investing. Educating yourself on dividend stocks, educating yourself on real estate, educating yourself on commodities. And I'm even go a step further, family. I would even dip into trading, not day trading, but what they call swing trading, where you actually open up your brokerage account. And you can open your brokerage account, family, with Fidelity, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Ally, Vanguard. There are a lot of different brokerage accounts, and I would definitely make sure that you don't put all your money in one brokerage account. And even in this investment game, family, have you 2 or 3. And when you have 2 or 3, that way you know that if something go down with one, you got 2 others that's going to save you. Okay? And so, also, before I get up out of here, look into what they call, and especially Moss, I want you to look into this as well. Look into PJ Spiller, what it do? Look into what they call an IRA, individual retirement account. You're never too young to start that. All right? And what does that do? How does that benefit you? Just imagine if you start an IRA, and if you're working, remember, if you're under the age of 50, you can contribute like $6,500 a year. There are 2 types. You have the Roth IRA and you have what they call the I just had a brain fart. The Roth IRA and the traditional. The Roth IRA, family, you have to pay taxes on that, right? But it compounds interest every year. It compounds interest every year. Okay? The traditional IRA, you actually can use that as a tax deduction, because if you contribute $5,000, then guess what? That's $5,000 that you can take off your taxes. And that's the traditional IRA. And the beautiful thing about these particular accounts, family, you contribute every year to them. And by the age of 59 and a half years old, you can get that money. This is additional retirement safety net. Because I promise you, Social Security is not going to do it for you. Your 401k, your 403b, your 457, what's going to happen here the next year or so, if you don't reallocate your funds, it's going to be a tough situation for you. Remember, 2008, millions of people lost millions of dollars. 2000, millions of people lost millions of dollars. 1987, okay? So this is cyclical. This isn't something that I can't believe this happened before. I tell you, my mom, $500,000, and she retired. But the crash happened, and she had her money in a 401k. And what is a 401k? 457, 403. What is that? You giving, what, $100, $200, however much you contribute to your 401k every 2 weeks, every month. That money is going toward a fund. And in these funds are what they call stocks. So what happens if your money that's in these funds, What happens if all the institutions and all the big investors sell all their stock in those particular funds? Well, your money is going to decrease drastically. Now, can you afford a 30%, a 40%, a 50% drop in your 401k? Not if you're my age. You dig? If you're your younger age, you're in your 20s, 25, 30s, yeah, you can afford that drop because you can make it up. But if you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, you can't afford that type of drop. You can't afford that type of loss. So you have to, family, please do your due diligence. If you have a 401k or 457 or 403, check with your account manager, whoever it is that's over your account, and ask them where your money going. You can do that. And let them know, hey, no, I want my money in a less risky fund. I want it in a low risk fund because I'm not trying to lose my money. That's what's up, daughter of the Most High. You dig? Okay? So, like I said before, family, there are three ways to protect yourself. Remember, and if you're young, man, family, please pay attention. Open up that IRA. Okay? You don't have to contribute $5,000, $6,000 every year to it if you don't have it. But open up your IRA, an individual retirement account. If you have a company, if you work for a company that offers what they call a health savings account, a HSA, contribute to that as well. All right? Because don't just depend on Medicare, because when you get older, Medicare is not going to pay all those bills. You want to make sure that you have another account that have money in it to accommodate your medical needs if you need them. And guess what? If you after so many years and you're healthy, you've been paying yourself first, you've been making yourself healthy by eating the right foods, and you're in your 50s, your 60s, then guess what? All that money that you contribute to that health savings account, you can just roll it over to an IRA, flip it into index funds, flip it into dividend stocks, U.S. Treasury bonds, and bam, you have another source of income. All right? So it's, family, like I said, it's not going to happen by just working. It's not going to happen. It's only going to happen by making sure, and if you're young, family, you don't even be young. Generate, like Scorpio said, if you can generate other streams of income, because a lot of time I know it's difficult to save the money necessary to invest on your one source of income. That's why I encourage you, get you another job. Get you a part-time job. And what that part-time job going to do, all the money from that part-time job goes towards your income. So like I said, when you have your IRA, when you have a couple IRAs, when you have a health savings account, then guess what? You contribute all that money from your part-time job to that. And then you still can pay yourself first with your main source of income. But it's just difficult, family. I mean, we stuck in this particular situation because the people that you guys vote for, and it's so unfortunate that you guys vote, because these people don't care for you. Senators and congressmen, they make the laws, family. The legislative branch makes the laws. So let's think about this law. I'm not even in politics, but just think about this. I'm going to make a law, I'm going to write a law to say that pharmaceutical companies cannot charge Americans more for medication than they charge other people outside the country. That's a law. And any pharmaceutical company that charges U.S. citizens more than they should, there's going to be some repercussions. That can happen. I'll write another law. No hospital can deny anyone medical care because of no insurance. And when I mean you cannot deny that, I mean you need to give them real medical care, not just have them go to an ER. Okay? I mean, this is regular stuff, family. And so we're in election time right now. You hear all these politicians talking about what they're going to do for the American people. I promise you, they've done nothing. Look at our education system. Ask yourself the question, why is it that wages have not rose with inflation? Why have Congress allowed these companies and corporations to continue to make billions of dollars while the workers' wages stay stagnant? Daughter of the Most High, reallocate meaning move your money. That means if you have money in one particular situation and you know that it may not, gain the interest that you want to reallocate that to a different fund. Give you an example. If you got a 401k, family, then a lot of times you don't even know where your money's going. You just paying it every 2 weeks, or it's coming directly out of your check. You don't know where your money's going. So what you need to do is contact the company, because you should have a statement every month letting you know what company is handling your 401k. And you should have an individual that handles your 401k. You need to contact that individual and ask him, where's my money going? Explain to me, if the market crashes, how much money would I lose in this particular fund? See, these are questions that you have to ask him, and then you make the decision. That's your money. Okay? And so that's why I say, open up your IRA account. Time like this, I wouldn't even be contributing to my 401k. I would definitely be trying to, reallocate my funds and make sure I get in the most less risky funds you can have pertaining to the company that is over your 401k, right? And then open up your IRA. Look into have savings account. Social Security is not going to save you, family. Okay, family. I hope this information was beneficial. I get passionate about this because I know the system is against us. Anytime you have just 4 or 5 people owning billions and billions of dollars, and they're talking about climate change and not human change, something's wrong with that. So you have to do your own due diligence, family. Manifest your reality. Act as if you already have it. And then, of course, it's going to come to fruition, because, once you have a definite purpose, everything's going to come into play. Don't stress yourself out, because remember, things you can't control aren't real. Don't give them any energy. You only can control the things that are in your existence. Don't worry about bills. Don't worry about stress. Don't worry about that crap. Know that when you get your change, pay yourself first. And then let's get ourselves ready for this money. Right? In the meantime, between time, I really appreciate you guys joining me in the garden tonight. Love you guys. I'll be coming back with a little bit more information. Like I said, I'm finna get rid of the pictures. I'm put the whiteboard up. We got to do a little education. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High inside of you bring you joy. Love your master. And being with us out of 5,000.